Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Big Four podcast. We're going to get right into this with the Ncaa clearing Michigan State from all responsibility from the sexual assault allegations from BSPN, not ESPN, BSPN. The BS reporting by crappy Dan Murphy and crappy Paul Levine, once again proven to be false. So I'll let you guys go first before I go off on everybody. What do you guys think about this?
Well, I believe on one of our podcasts that Antonio and Izzo would get bowl and tournament ban. I think I said that on here. I don't know if I did or not. But I'd like to apologize to Michigan State and to the fans of Michigan State and to Mike because I was wrong, 100% wrong. And ESPN proved to be fake news once again.
Wow. I accept your apology. You guys gonna say something or no?
Michigan State should be banned from the NCAA for life.
Alright, that's enough.
That's absolutely absurd. You employ a racist for 30-plus years, and you don't get anything?
Oh, he's a racist. I haven't heard that one. That's a weird. He is a must. I've never heard him being called a racist, though. I don't think he cares.
Yeah, I haven't heard that one either. Rapist. Oh.
Is that because only white girls play gymnastics? Oh, that's...
Play gymnastics? Oh, my God. Play gymnastics.
But anyway, that's not what this is about. This is not about Larry Nassar. You can separate this from Larry Nassar. Last time I checked, Larry Nassar wasn't doing football players. He wasn't doing basketball players. So this has nothing to do with Larry Nassar. Absolutely nothing to do.
It should have been a school park, not a football and basketball program. I agree with that. That's what I'm saying.
Well,
so I think they made a mistake. They bundled everything together, and then once you have such a big issue like that, then other maybe little things come to light, and everything seems way out of proportion.
Okay.
I think that's what happened.
Everybody who said Michigan State should get the death penalty needs to apologize right now. Let's start with Molly Karam on First Take. With no evidence at all, she came out and said, give them the death penalty. With no evidence, she clearly didn't read the report. Her stupid leftist leanings got the best of her. She needs to apologize right now, face to face with Izzo and D'Antonio. It's ridiculous. This is all because Michigan State wouldn't give the names of their athletes to ESPN, so ESPN decided to go on a witch hunt against them because they didn't give them the names. And who they go after? Two of the most respected coaches in their respective sports, especially Mark D'Antonio, who is the definition of clean. I looked up the definition of clean, and that Mark D'Antonio comes up. It's ridiculous. If I'm Mark D'Antonio, I sue ESPN for this. For a defamation suit, because they can't get away with false reporting just so that Paula Levine can write another book. She wrote a book on Baylor. She was looking so bad. She wanted so bad to write another book that she put Michigan State on here when all D'Antonio has done is report these heinous crimes to authorities. And all Izzo's done is the right things. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Everybody on ESPN needs to apologize right now. But of course, ESPN sent out a report that basically defended their old report, which is ridiculous. It's absurd. This is why I call them BSPN, not ESPN. It's ridiculous. ESPN. It's BSPN. I don't call them ESPN anymore. It's ridiculous. Okay, I've gotten that off my chest. Are we ready to move on?
Yes. You're the only one who seemed to have a problem with this. But okay.
No, I have a problem with ESPN defaming two of the most respected coaches of all time. They will never be looked the same anymore.
So if false claims were put up against another school, would you have such a problem with it?
What?
If ESPN put up false claims about another school and two of their coaches, would you have
Yes,
such a problem with
of course I'd have a problem with it. Listen, everybody in ESPN needs to apologize. Everybody's like, oh, this is worse than Penn State. This is worse than Baylor. They're gonna get the death penalty. Nope, nothing happened. Not even a tournament ban. Not even a bowl ban. Nothing happened. Absolutely nothing happened. And ESPN looks completely foolish right now, which it usually does. Anyway, let's move on.
Mike.
What?
Can I break some news here before we move on?
Yeah.
I'd first like to start with two of Mike's favorite quarterbacks in the country. Clayton Thorson has been benched against Purdue.
No, he hasn't.
And he will lose his job.
You don't understand what's going on.
No. And at Oklahoma State, Taylor Cornelius threw an interception against Missouri State, and you said he was better than Mason Rudolph.
No. I'm going to be honest with you. I just looked at the score. It was 31-0. I just guessed he was having a good game. But apparently, Justice Hill is just their entire offense right now.
No, he has 2 touchdowns.
My Heisman pick, Justice Hill, is having a big game.
No.
Anyways, to your other point, Clayton Thorson. No, they're resting Clayton Thorson because he's coming off an ACL injury. They're not going to let him play the entire game.
No.
Yes.
No, he got benched.
You didn't get benched for a first-year freshman.
He got benched.
Then they're not going to bench the number 1 quarterback in the Big Ten. That's ridiculous.
No, they benched him.
That's absurd. Ridiculous.
No,
Stop talking.
They benched him. Then they put him back in.
Okay. I think we're good with this. Let's move on. Let's move on to week 1 picks. What we're going to do every week is we're going to have picks. And at the end of the year, we will see who has the best record and who has the worst record out of the 4 of us. So let's start with a game that's that's going on right now. Northwestern at Purdue. Last time I checked, it was 27-24 or whatever. So who will win?
Are you keeping track of who we pick?
What? Yes, I will be.
Okay, by the way, 31-17 Northwestern, so I'm going to take Northwestern in that game. Actually, it's going to be tough for them to win with Clayton Thorson's bench, but I will take Northwestern. They're at half.
Okay. What do you guys pick?
I'm going to take Northwestern.
Okay. Okay, I will also take Northwestern. They have better everything. Better coach, better defense, better quarterback, better everything. Okay.
Don't sleep on Jeff Brom.
He's good. He's not Pat Fitzgerald, the top 10 coach in the NCAA.
Okay. He's not even a top 10 coach in the Big Ten.
Oh, that's oh, you're right. I've got Chris Ash up there.
Yeah. And DJ Lovey and Lovey Smith.
Don't forget about Tom Allen.
Oh, God.
All right. Let's move on to the second game. Utah State at number 11, Michigan State. Michigan State is favored by 23 points. Who will win?
Michigan State's going to win. I originally was going to pick Utah State because Mike was hyping up Utah State, saying they were so experienced. But I changed my mind very quickly, and I'm going to pick Michigan State 46-14. Are we picking score, too? We're just picking the winner here.
No, we're only keeping track of winners. I mean, you could say a score.
I'm going to take Michigan State winning 3-0.
Okay.
I have Michigan State winning. I think they're going to win, 35-10.
Well, we got 2 of the 3 most experienced teams in the country coming back. Utah State returns
That does not mean anything.
Utah State returns 18 of 22 starters from a 6-7 team. Michigan State returns 19 of 22 starters from a 10-3 team. It'll be a hard-fought battle. Michigan State will win 35-17. So it'll be respectable. Don't sleep on Utah State though. They might be the best team in Utah this year.
Dude, they're playing a tough conference.
Yep,
Isn't BYU in Utah?
yeah. A BYU team that went 2-10 last year?
Are you sleeping on BYU?
Yeah, I am sleeping on BYU. A lot.
Yeah, just wanted to get that on record.
Okay. Let's move on to
On the Mormons.
Oregon State at number 5, Ohio State. Ohio State's favored by 38.5 points.
Ohio State will win by at least 40 points.
Ridiculous.
Ohio State will win by 60 points. They'll win like 69 to 5.
69-5? Okay. Oregon State and Ohio State.
65 to 3. 65 to 3. I think Ohio State's going by 30. I'm picking under the line here.
Okay. Oregon State was the best 1-11 team I've ever seen last year. They were close in many games. Could have beaten Colorado. Could have beaten California. Could have beaten Utah. But they didn't. They lose their all Pac-12 running back, Ryan Nall. They have a new coach. I got Ohio State winning 42-7. Okay. So, Oregon State will cover the spread.
That's absurd. No, they won't. They're going to lose by 80 points.
All right.
It's going to be a basketball score.
Oh, really?
It's going to be a trash down the field.
That makes no sense.
Ryan Day is the best coach in the Big Ten. He'll have Ohio State ready to go. Oh, God.
Ryan Day, who was offered the head coaching job.
Ryan Day is better than Pat Fitzgerald.
All right, let's calm down. Pat Fitzgerald is a great coach.
Zach Smith will be too busy at the strip club with Tom Herman to come back.
I heard Brett McMurphy was with them.
Yeah, which is he's from BSPN.
Yeah, BSPN targeting another school.
Unbelievable.
Even though Brett McMurphy's fired, now he works for like Barstool or somebody trying to spread news.
That's all Barstool.
You know, he doesn't meet Barstool's standards.
What, inexperience?
No. He's too inaccurate even for them. All right. Let's move on. FAU at number 7, Oklahoma. Who wins?
This is going to be a very close game.
Oh, boy.
Give me a break. Oklahoma will win, but it will be very close. But I'll take Oklahoma. They're going to blow them out of the water. It's not even going to be close. We have breaking news. Zach Smith is suing Brett McMurphy for defamation of character.
Actually, I heard Mark D'Antonio suing ESPN for defamation of character. Are you going to make a pick, Luke, or just say Zach Smith suing?
Let's see. We got this game might be. I don't think it's gonna be as close as people think. I do think it's gonna be a good game. I'm gonna take Oklahoma. They're gonna run away with it in the fourth quarter.
I got Oklahoma winning 52-35.
No defense. That sounds like an Oklahoma score. Mike, why aren't we picking the Alabama-Louisville game?
Because Louisville will win that easily.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay, exactly. Let's move on to... We have better games on our slate that we need to pick, including Texas at Maryland. We got a battle between the abusers. I'm sure Tom Herman abuses his kids too. I wouldn't be shocked if that was the case. Texas is 13.5-point favorites. Who wins?
Okay, so I get the pick between a team led by a coach who runs kids into the ground till they die, and a coach who likes to go to the strip club too much.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go with Texas, just because I think Maryland sucks. I don't think Texas is good. I just think Maryland sucks.
Let me just remind you, Luke, that Matt Canada is a better interim coach than Ryan Day. Just remind you that right now. Matt Canada is a great coach.
No. ESPN has the matchup predictor at 80% chance that Texas wins.
Yeah, ESPN also said Texas would beat Maryland last year, and Maryland beat them, so.
I told you, I just changed my pick to Maryland.
Okay.
I will take Texas in a very close game.
I'm going to go with Texas. Yeah, I've got Texas winning.
I'm changing my pick. Texas is going to win and beat Maryland.
Alex, who do you got?
I got Texas because Maryland's worse.
Okay.
Texas is going to be overrated just like every single year. Everyone expects them to turn around, and they never will. But Maryland sucks. I'm taking Texas because Maryland a couple weeks ago lost one of their better key players. So I'm going to have to take Texas.
What are you talking about?
I'm taking Texas.
Okay, fine. Let's move on to the next game. Appalachian State at number 10 Penn State brings back memories of another Appalachian State game just 11 years in the past. Will App State pull a similar upset?
No. Let's see. Last year they ended their season on a 4-game winning streak, and they beat Toledo and Georgia State and Louisiana Lafayette, the Raging Cajuns.
Ooh.
So they score a lot of points, and they don't let up a lot of points. I'm going with the upset Appalachian State over Penn State. Tennessee is super overrated.
What?
What are you talking about? What do you mean, what am I talking about? How did Tennessee come up? Oh, I heard Luke say Tennessee. No, Penn State. Appalachian State is going to be Penn State. Oh, dude, I don't know. It's an Appalachian State. They got an electric atmosphere. This is not an Appalachian State. You're kidding me.
No, it's in Happy Valley. Calm down. James Franklin will never play an away game. That would never happen.
Is this their whiteout game too?
No, I don't think so.
Dude, that's a tough crowd.
Okay.
Appalachian State win.
I need a pick.
No, Penn State. That's not even going to be close.
So, okay. Chris, you picked Penn State, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pick Penn State to win. My goodness. We have our first upset, apparently.
We have our first person that actually picked against what everybody else did.
Okay, but we'll be getting into some better games coming up. Next one is number 9 Auburn versus number 6 Washington in Atlanta. Who wins?
Auburn will blow the doors off of Washington in this game. No way. I got Washington. They usually tend to fall off more toward late season. They come out but ready early season. They got all their guys healthy.
Okay.
Yeah. Best quarterback in the country. We'll lead them. That is just false. I cannot believe it.
Did Chris just say Jake Browning's the number 1 quarterback in the country?
No, Jared Stidham.
No, Jake Browning. No.
I said
Cannot believe you said Jake Browning's the best quarterback in the country. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
How could you say that?
How could you say that? How absurd are you gonna... The absurdities. The levels of absurdity.
I didn't know I'd say Jake Brown. I said Jared Stidham. And I said that on our last podcast, too.
Oh boy, Jared Stidham. Luke, who you got winning this?
I don't know. Auburn's coming off a tough loss to the defending national champs, UCF last year. Or the national champions last year. I think it's going to be a tough game. Where's the game being played? Is it at Auburn?
It's in Atlanta.
Yeah, Auburn's going to win that. They're going to have a lot more crowd. They're going to have the fans behind them.
Well,
so I'm going to take Washington. The game will be over after the first quarter.
If you remember, the last time Auburn played at Atlanta, they lost to the national champions in the Peach Bowl.
No, they did not.
They lost. So apparently Auburn cannot play in Atlanta because they also got destroyed by Georgia in the Big Ten Championship. Auburn can't play in Atlanta. I've got Washington winning. Washington's just the better team right now. I mean, Auburn sucks early in the season. Last year they got just destroyed by Clemson. And this year it's going to happen to Washington.
13-7.
Yeah, but Jarrett Stidham didn't do anything in that game. He was awful.
Well, he's nasty. Don't say anything bad about him.
I'm about to. Jarrett Stidham, the most overrated quarterback in the country, against a good defensive line, a good pass rush, good defensive backs, a top 10 coach in America, Chris Peterson. I've got Auburn winning. I'm going to go with 28-17.
You are picking Auburn.
I'm picking Washington.
You just said Auburn. Washington.
I meant to say Washington. All right.
So I'm the only one picking Auburn.
Apparently.
Okay.
Or no, Luke picked Auburn, didn't he?
No, I'm taking Washington.
Oh, okay.
So Auburn will be the number one seed in the playoff.
Hello. Auburn's going 8-4.
That's what's absurd is Desmond Howard saying Michigan's going to be the number one team. Oh, no.
Desmond Howard said Shea Patterson's going to shell Alabama's defense when Alabama beat Shea Patterson 66-3 last year. I can't stand Desmond Howard. I'm sorry. It's not even the fact that he's a Michigan fan. He's just terrible on TV. He's the Charles Barkley of ESPN. I can't watch him. It's ridiculous.